Hello and welcome to Tylock LASIK Sports Talk, live from Victory Park Studios in downtown Dallas. I'm David Marcus, and coming up tonight, who is to blame for the Dallas disaster, and has Jerry Jones lost his mind in allowing Wade Phillips to stay? Former Cowboy safety Thomas Everett will join me in studio with analysis. I will also read the email of the day, and tonight it is all about you, Cowboy fans. I just know the anger is boiling inside you, and tonight I invite you, let it all out. Consider me your personal psychiatrist tonight. 214-787-1006. Please call me with all your opinions on the boys, no matter what they are. Again, that is 214-787-1006. Oh, Jerry, wake up, for goodness sakes. Welcome back to Tylock LASIK Sports Talk. The Cowboys have not tasted Super Bowl glory in nearly 16 years. Another season without a playoff win, this time without a playoff game even. Joining us now, a man who captured 2 Super Bowls with the Cowboys in the mid-90s and knows a little something about winning under pressure, former All-Pro safety Thomas Everett. So good to see you again.
Thank you, David. It's
Thomas,
being here.
I got to ask you about that disgraceful display of football we saw yesterday. As a former player, and a darn good one, did it shock you just how much they laid down in a game of that magnitude?
Yes, it did.
Who knows? Yeah. We were talking before about who is to blame, and the coaches put the players in the position where they can succeed. But these players, I mean, didn't necessarily look like they were ready to begin the game. No. Do you count that to coaching, especially what Tony Romo said after the game? They were out-schemed, they weren't prepared. This echoes back to the game against Baltimore. Again, out of place, it looked like.
They were out of place.
I know fans are upset, former players are upset, and you said that you are shocked as well, just how empty they looked out there and just didn't even look like they wanted to be there.
Yeah, it looked, you know, they'll be home.
They will be at home, enjoying their popcorn, as T.O. said. Now, Jerry Jones says he is keeping Wade Phillips. The coaches are in place, he said a couple of days ago. I don't know if he means last place or what exactly that means. Do you think it is the right decision to bring him back?
I think they're discussing.
Right. Yeah. A lot of leadership, though, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, just seems to be so lacking on this team. On the players' side, you don't have guys going up and down the sidelines, pumping each other up, getting excited. Tony Romo, in his comments after the game, I know this guy's incredibly banged up right now, and he's suffered a lot of injuries and collapsing in the shower. But the situation on the field, you've got to have guys getting behind you, getting pumped up, and we're not seeing any of that.
Not at all. Instead of being separated.
But doesn't it sort of symbolize, Thomas, the fracturing nature of this team, and that you have divisive camps and you have people in their little separate camps, and that is what has plagued this team all season long. And I guess you could say it all came to a head on Sunday.
It really.
Now, Tony Romo, you got to ask him again. As we said, he's been incredibly hobbled, and you know, you could say that he collapsed on the field and in the shower. I know that's a little bit of a low blow there, but with Tony, has he learned anything from his mistakes in protecting the football? It sure didn't look like it yesterday.
Well,
It did indeed. Yeah. I got to ask you, though, about Tony Romo, not necessarily on the field, but his attitude off the field. I think in his first year and a half, the sort of carefree spirit, sort of almost of this flower child mentality of I'm just out there having a good time, everything's peaceful, and running around making plays. Now it seems to be working against him because now fans are saying he's not tough enough. Like Wade Phillips, he's a little soft. We could win, we could not win. It doesn't matter. I'm still the same guy. What do you think of his mentality?
Well, first of all,
would you ever think that we would sit here a day after the season's over and saying T.O. showed the most fire and the most passion of anyone on that team? Is that stunning?
Well, if you call that fire, it wasn't very much.
No, it really was not.
No, it wasn't.
Thomas Everett, I know Cowboy fans certainly have fond memories of you and one of the most classy guys around. Thank you so much. The team could use some of that. And we'll see you again next season, and hopefully we'll talk about better days.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right, folks, that is plenty to chew on tonight. Now it is time to hear from you. Give me a call. 214-787-1006. And if you happen to be near a computer, fire off those emails as well to sportstalk@belo.com. Again, sportstalk@belo.com. It is time for Monday Last Call, 214-787-1006. Let's go to Erwin in Plano. Erwin, how are you? Erwin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, Erwin, what's on your mind this evening?
Hey, man, what's going on?
You tell me, my friend.
Hey,
are you upset about the Cowboys? Who do you blame? Who do you hate?
I've been upset because I'm a Cowboy fan, and I talked to you about it. I think Romo is a joke.
Right. You know, Erwin,
I think he's a joke,
okay,
and,
I've made a vow here, and at some point Josh Harvey's going to put a graphic up that Michael Vick discussion is not allowed here. There will be consequences if we bring up Michael Vick again, severe consequences. But Erwin, you are 100% right. I think the Cowboys got to get a quality backup in here to not necessarily contend with Tony Romo, but to push the guy a little bit. This is a guy who has an air of self-entitlement right now that he is the Cowboys quarterback, and he's going to say all these strange things after press conferences that deflect the criticism off of him. It's all right if they win, it's all right if they don't. That's not what fans want to hear the day after your season ends in disappointing fashion. I think if you get a young rookie in here, maybe you don't have to spend a high draft pick, but you can find a good steal of a good quality quarterback in the draft, or bring in a reasonably young veteran. That maybe Tony, if he continues to struggle and continues to make boneheaded mistakes and allow for these mistakes and make excuses, maybe Wade does have some tough love finally and says, all right, Tony, sit this possession out, sit this quarter out. And I think that's what he doesn't have right now. All right, we have Manny in Mansfield. Manny, what's up? Manny, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, what's on your mind this evening?
Hey, David, just going to go to the playoffs the way they're playing.
Well, Manny, I think, by all accounts, Wade Phillips, a very nice man, and certainly has many fans around the NFL and is considered one of the really good guys in the sport. But the problem with Wade Phillips, I think he's the wrong choice for this team. Forget for a second that he's never won a playoff game as a head coach. I don't think he's necessarily got the right mentality for this team. Again, as I was saying earlier, this is not a team that's just coasting, that just has to have a coach sit in there, push, the play button and sit back and enjoy and let these guys take it over for themselves. That's not what this team is. This team is a team of crybabies, and they need someone with that iron fist. And Wade Phillips is a hands-off coach, and unfortunately that's not what they need. It might be a little bit less of an impact there if he had the guys or those leaders on the team that would be those de facto head coaches, those symbolic head coaches that you see on many other teams in the NFL, the Ray Lewises, some of these other guys on other teams that are natural leaders that are almost sort of unofficial assistant coaches themselves. But he has no one like that on this roster. So if Wade Phillips truly is not going to be that guy, we need someone who will be. All right, we've got line 4, Ronnie in Dallas. Ronnie, what's up?
Well, I think you're going to put your foot down, say what needs to be said.
Right, yeah, I totally agree with you, Will. I'm sorry we're running out of time. And I think, especially Jason Garrett, I think this guy has been given a free pass as well. I think he needs to open up the offense, not treat Tony Romo like a child. And hopefully we'll see that next year. Let's hope. All right, thanks to everyone for their phone calls tonight, and thanks again to Thomas Everett for joining me in studio. Coming up tomorrow, the Cowboys' autopsy continues. Jean-Jacques Taylor of the Dallas Morning News will join me to break it all down as only he can. Thanks for watching Ty Locke LASIK Sports Talk. I'm David Marcus. Don't worry, Cowboy fans. Step away from the ledge. It'll be all right. See you tomorrow at 6:30. Have a great night.